Now that the kids are back in school, you may already be thinking about spring break or summer vacation. We have the well-traveled Texan, Jeannie Polachek, who has a dream trip on tap to one of the most amazing destinations in the world.
It is. And, you know, this is a time of year when families get the kids back in school and everybody wants to plan for 2017. And this has been one of the dream trips, I think, for a lot of Houstonians, myself included, and that is Australia.
Bucket list.
And we're talking beautiful beaches, the lovely Aussies, we're talking unique animals. So let's take a peek real quick at Australia.
It's different down here. The air just has more life in it. And the light fills you up somehow. Australia isn't just a place you see. It's a place you feel.
Oh, I love that. It isn't just a place you see, it's a place you feel. Don't you just feel like you went there in just a matter of a short... I'm like, oh, God, take me away to the land down under.
Yeah, and that voice you heard, of course, is Chris Hemsworth, who is the spokesperson for Tourism Australia. Lovely, handsome actor who is beckoning all of us to come to Australia.
Absolutely. So to get from Houston to Australia, you want to get there, you know, well-rested, relaxed, even with kids in tow. We have Nick Judd, who is General Manager of Air New Zealand, the Americas, and Julie Earl Levine, North American PR Manager for Tourism Australia. G'day, mates.
G'day.
That's about as good as my Australian accent gets. So, you know, guys, I could use a little coffee. What about you?
I would love some coffee. And Air New Zealand has some of the best coffee in the world that is served on board. And,
hello, Hannah. How are you?
Hi, Hannah. Thank you.
First-class service as we're sitting here. So, Nick, you know, we've got to talk about Chris Hemsworth being y'all's spokesperson. You know, I mean, really, you know, that's really coming in for Tourism Australia. And then to get there, you guys have which I did not know this, you have a direct flight that takes you to Auckland, New Zealand, then over to Australia pretty quickly.
That's right, exactly.
And you also have this new service that is on board in economy, and it's the Sky Couch. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so look, we started a direct service through to Auckland back in December last year. We've seen amazing support from Houstonians and Texans for the service, and it's building really well, both to New Zealand and to Australia. We service 7 gateways in Australia, so it's one of the fastest ways to get to many of the destinations in Australia.
What's the flight time from here, from Houston to Auckland?
So it's 14 hours, so we like to say you get on board, have a meal, a glass of wine, watch a movie, some sleep, you land and you're having breakfast in New Zealand. You can have lunch in Australia by the time you get there.
So the layover's not bad at all then?
Not bad at all. Just 90 minutes at its shortest in terms of connecting through.
14 hours, I'm in New Zealand, and then what, maybe an hour and a half layover at the most, and I'm in Australia?
Absolutely.
Now, I understand that there might be a nice little wine and beer bar for folks, and even in economy, a nice little treat for folks that aren't doing the first class or the business class can get a little treat.
We do have a cart service, obviously, but we have some fantastic New Zealand wines that are on board. So we take great pride in our food and beverage service. We serve a lot of New Zealand cuisine, but also we have a great partnership with Villa Maria, one of New Zealand's award-winning wineries, and we have their product range right throughout our aircraft. So whether it's business class, premium economy, or our economy Sky Couch product, we feel that we can give you some fantastic beverages if that's what you're after, to relax you and get you in the mood for a great trip around Australia.
So we're laughing a little bit, but you guys are also known for your hilarious safety videos. We got to take a look.
Howdy, smoking is not allowed anywhere on this aircraft.
Draw.
Hey?
Draw.
Or what?
Draw.
You can't start a sentence with or. You can end one with or. We do that in New Zealand a lot, like, do you want fish and chips, or...
Draw.
I've done a lot of gunfighting, so...
I'll text you.
Lightweight handheld electronic devices may be used at any time.
From all your crew, thanks for flying Air New Zealand.
Classic!
And And that, of course, Anna Faris and Rhys Darby, two famous comedians. So now that we've landed safely in Australia on our Air New Zealand flight, let's go to you, Julie. Tell us about all of the fantastic coastal destinations, the animals we're going to see there. And you have some fantastic names for some of the islands in Australia.
We do. We absolutely do. So Australia as a destination is hotter than ever. Now is definitely the time to visit. It's a wonderful way to get there via New Zealand. We're actually seeing a lot more Americans discover Australia. 34% our visitor arrivals from the US in August alone, up 34%.
Wow.
So people are starting to discover it, to come back, to love it. So Chris Hemsworth is, of course, our coastal and aquatic ambassador. We launched a huge campaign in January. And that really focuses on Australia's extraordinary coastal offerings.
So, Julie, what are we looking at right here? I mean, the white sand beaches.
We
just
have
pure heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the best locations you can go to. I mean, the entire country has so many, starting with Sydney. Sydney here with the Opera House has 50 beaches in the city alone that you can go to, which are wonderful. The Great Barrier Reef is one of the world's best things to see. Now is an even more interesting time to see it. We have Sir David Attenborough coming out with an extraordinary documentary in the US this year. It's his first trip back to the reef in more than 60 years, and you can see from those pictures you really don't see nature or wildlife
Where else
anywhere.
do you see kangaroos on the beach?
Yeah, and they really are. They're just hopping around.
Yeah.
So the Great Barrier Reef is amazing. We have Lizard Island, which is a national park. It's an island on its own, actually in the Great Barrier Reef. So when you stay there, you might be having this amazing food and wine for lunch. You actually walk in off the beach into the water, and you are snorkeling over giant clams, beautiful colored fish, coral. It's just absolutely stunning.
So, Julie, now that all of us want to go to Australia, I do want to let you know that Air New Zealand and Tourism Australia are having an open house tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Life HTX, which is at 2512 Woodhead Street. It's free. It's open to all ages. So, Jeannie, what are some of the experiences when folks go to this event tomorrow?
I will be there at the event, planning my own trip to Australia on Air New Zealand. But you can get a chance to check out the new Economy Sky Couch that is for families and for people that need a little bit more room in economy. And then you'll be able to see the new premium economy seats, and also check out Virtual Australia with the headsets, actually, which is pretty dynamic, and it's an amazing way to see everything that Australia has to offer.
And I will take my sunnies in tow.
Yeah.
When I book my trip, I'm with you. We're already talking.
Yeah, we're going to Australia.
There is a trip coming our way. And when we come back, if you want your home to shine bright this holiday season,